Hi, Allison. How are you?
Hi, Lynn. I'm very happy to see you.
Oh, it's so fun to see you. That's why I love Zoom.
Yep.
So here is our second edition of Libations with Lynne, and I am drinking this wonderful stash tea that I told you about. And what are you
Yes.
drinking?
I'm drinking David's tea, Earl Grey.
I love Earl Grey. Do you put milk in it?
A little bit.
Okay. All right, good. Well, so how did you first learn about ICD?
Google. Thank goodness for Google. I heard about professional organizing and I said, what's that? In 2010. And I went to the internet and I looked up professional organizing and I found the Professional Organizers of Canada. I found ICD and I found NAPO.
That's fascinating.
Yep.
Good old Google. So,
There you go.
all right. So you were looking at the POC because you live in Canada. So where
I
in
do.
Canada do you live?
I live in Montreal in the province of Quebec, and we're actually just about due north of New York City.
So
Like straight line north.
how far from New York City?
If I didn't have to deal with the border crossing, if it was just a straight drive, it would be less than 7 hours.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tell me about your unique living situation there in Montreal.
I would say that one of the things that's really unusual about the way that my husband and I live is that we live in a housing cooperative. It's really quite unusual. So it's sort of a hybrid between a condo and an apartment. It's an apartment that is rented. We don't own it, but we run it as if it was a condo. So we have committees and we have a board of directors and we have a finance committee and a maintenance committee and a selection committee and a social committee, et cetera. And everybody who's a member in the co-op has to have a job and stuff. So I know every single person who lives here. There's no question. We all know each other by name. I could knock on anybody's door at 2:00 in the morning and they would just say, come in, what can I do? What's the matter? Because it's a community. It's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very unusual and we're very, very, very lucky. Very, very lucky.
That's great.
Yeah.
So are pets part of your community?
Totally. Pets are a big part of the community. Before my daughter moved out a year and a half ago, our younger daughter, she had one guinea pig and 2 rabbits, plus our 2 cats. And now that she's moved out, there's just my husband and I and the 2 cats.
Oh, how sweet. Love it. Well, thank you for telling us a little bit about you. So you've stepped into the President-elect role.
Yes.
And what are you most interested in learning over the next 6 months?
Well, I feel like I know an awful lot about ICD because I've been a subscriber for 7.5 years, and I've been taking an awful lot of the education. I'm currently in the level 5 master trainer program. So the education is something I really feel like I have a really good handle on. I'm a part of the community. I know lots and lots of people. I've been to several conferences. I've had serious volunteer roles in the past. I've been volunteering a lot for the last 5 years or so. So I feel really a big part of the community. I think that the thing I'm the most looking forward to learning is, how do I say this? It's leadership. I mean, I obviously have a lot of experience in leadership, or else I never would have offered myself for this role, and I never would have been selected for this role. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between, one level of leadership in life and a different level of leadership in life. So I feel like I'm going back to school. And having the opportunity to be mentored by Sue West, the president of ICD, is a phenomenal opportunity. I feel so, so grateful because Sue is such an extraordinary person. And I've been working closely with her as the secretary on the board since the beginning of July. And now I'm going to get to continue working closely with her in the role of president-elect. I just feel extraordinarily lucky to have this learning opportunity.
Fantastic.
And be able to give back to ICD. Yeah.
Yes, as we all feel. So
yes.
Proud to be a part of ICD and giving back.
Very much so.
Well, I'm delighted to be working with you in this new role.
Me too. I'm very excited.
So what would you say is your mantra for 2018?
Funny you should ask that because I just posted it on social media this afternoon. My mantra for 2018 is simplify. because I believe that everything in my life that I'm able to simplify just takes work off of my shoulders. It makes less work for me, less stuff to clean up, less appointments to squeeze in. Making choices so that the stuff that I'm left with is the stuff that's the really highest quality. That's my goal. And I do that by simplifying everywhere I can. I'm getting better and better at it every year.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me. Super fun.
It's an honor. Thank you for asking.
Cheers to 2018.
Cheers to 2018 to all of you guys out there.
And ICD.
In ICD land.
Yay.